gotten a nice sear on them, I'm just going to pop them into the oven for a few minutes just to make sure the insides cook thoroughly. Just about 2 minutes, nothing long.
No problem.
Into here, the oven's been preheated.
I noticed that you also put a little bit of lemon on the top of it.
Yes.
Because lemon is key.
Yes.
We're from the Bahamas. We love our lemon on our seafood.
We do.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
absolutely do. So while that's in the oven, I'm going to start frying the plantains. So the oil's been preheated. So just be careful. Always lay away from you.
Yes?
Yes. So when you're placing them in there, always away from you. So if there's a splash, it goes in the opposite direction.
We are continuing to create culinary fabulousness in Monte Carlo. Chef Emily is frying the plantains. Loretta and I are having a fantastic conversation where we exchange recipes, and we'll be right back here on Fabulous Living Bahamian Style.
Fabulous Living Bahamian Style is proudly brought to you by Paradise Games. Live in your world, win in ours.
At the Lyndon Bindling International Airport, I'm Corvell Pyfrom. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jiminita Swain and the Bahama Beauty. At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
It's a brand new week, and we're kicking things off with conversations that inform, inspire, and get us thinking. I'm Jiminita Swain, and this is What's Trending. So settle in. We've got an engaging show ahead. Breastfeeding may be natural, but for many mothers, the journey isn't always easy. Today, we're talking about the challenges, the support, and the real stories behind breastfeeding, including one new mom's personal experience. Plus, we've talked about the breastfeeding journey, but why are a child's first 1,000 days so important? A pediatrician joins us to explain how those early days can shape a child's health, growth, and future. And to close out today's show, what does it really mean to be a man in today's Bahamas? Two local artists are using their work to challenge traditional ideas of masculinity and start important conversations about identity, culture, and vulnerability. We'll take a closer look at stories behind the art. We're taking a short break, but the conversation doesn't stop. What's Trending returns right after this.
Sandwich. I really like the honey mustard sauce. And then like the crispy bacon on it as well.
Oh, it's pepper jack cheese. I love the spice. I love the crunch.
I love the original sandwich, but just that simple addition of bacon was like over the top.
The chicken is really good.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I rate this a 10 out of 10. I'd eat this again.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Isn't that nice? Wait, you missed it? You haven't been on the website. Here's how TDC can help you. Whether you're turning your home into a vacation rental, pitching a business idea, or growing what you've already started, the TDC is here to help. Visit tdcbahamas.com for every conversation, event, grant, and opportunity happening near you. Tourism is all of our business, and the TDC is here to support yours.
Here is the Disaster Risk Management Authority's official 2026 emergency shelter listing for the Southeast Bahamas for Acklins, Crooked Island, Great Inagua, and Mayaguana. Crooked Island, Church of God of Prophecy, Cripple Hill, and Landrell Point Community Center, Landrell Point. In Inagua, St. Philip's Anglican Community Center, Matthewtown, and in Mayaguana, the Mayaguana Comprehensive School in Pirateswell, and Betsy Bay Community Center in Betsy Bay.
Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I
can hardly speak. Out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
I'm Jordan, by the way. Tom.
Welcome back. Breastfeeding may be natural, but for many mothers, the journey comes with questions, challenges, and a lot of learning along the way. As we observe World Breastfeeding Week, we're highlighting the importance of supporting mothers with the tools, encouragement, and resources they need to give their babies the best possible start. Joining us now is Nurse Trinika McCarty, President and Lactation Coordinator of the Bahamas Breastfeeding Association, along with new mom Madrika Wilson, who is sharing her personal breastfeeding journey. Welcome to both of you.
Well, happy to be here. Thank you. I'm happy to be here as well.
It's great to have both of you here with us. So, Nurse McCarty, we're going to start with you. So we hear about World Breastfeeding Week every year, but why does this conversation remain so important, especially here in the Bahamas?
This topic is so important, Jimanita, because we know from our statistics, we have seen that our numbers are not the best. The last study that was done, the percentage was only about 35%. So we want to keep our numbers, or we want to increase our numbers to higher numbers in exclusive breastfeeding. We want things to change here in the Bahamas, where breastfeeding is the norm and not the other way around.
Not the optional. Well, this year's theme talks about strengthening what works. So what does that actually look like in everyday life for mothers and their babies?
Well, strengthening what works is we work it, us as midwives, as nurses, as health professionals, we're working with these mothers so they have confidence to breastfeed successfully, to help them in any way possible if they're having issues or problems with latching, if they're concerned about their milk supply. That's what we want to strengthen for them. We want them to be well-versed. We want them to know what to do, and we want to help them to be able to breastfeed successfully when they return to work.
And speaking about breastfeeding, Madrika, before your baby arrived, what were your expectations about breastfeeding, and was the experience what you had imagined?
I was so excited about giving birth, and I just assumed that I would have a wonderful experience right away. And unfortunately, that was not the case for me.
Wow.
My milk supply did not come in right away, and I struggled for a bit. And so it was a shock to me. I reached out to my midwife, who also happens to be a lactation specialist, and she gave me some wonderful tips that helped me to get on the right track. But I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that when it's your first time and your first experience, sometimes you don't have what you expect. You don't get that wonderful experience right away. And it takes a while for your milk supply to come in.
Wow.
And you have to keep showing up and keep doing what you're supposed to do.
And just stay calm. So
yeah.
Can you remember a moment where you thought, boy, this is harder than I expected, and what helped you to push through it?
Absolutely. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was initially a challenge. I did not expect. There was so much that I was not aware of. But as I began to speak with more mothers and speak with my midwife, she gave me some great tips. I knew that there were some things that I needed to do. I needed to be patient with myself. There was some teas that I needed to drink. And after a while, everything just naturally began to work. And my body responded, and my baby responded, and we're still having a beautiful breastfeeding journey.
Wonderful. So Nurse McCarty, there are also so many myths surrounding this misconception about breastfeeding. What is one that you hope to clear up that people put to rest?
I would hope to clear up one for sure. Some people say, oh, if the baby, this is the one that stick with me, if the baby belches on your breast while you're breastfeeding, they say the milk will turn sour. that is a myth. That is not true. Please do not let people
Discourage you
influence
that
you
way.
and discourage you from breastfeeding, because your baby might have had such a wonderful feed before they even really get off the breast. They full and they just do a good nice burp, and it's so much other myths.
But that's definitely one to keep in mind. So, Madrika, looking back now, what's one piece of advice you wish someone had given you before you started breastfeeding?
I wish someone had told me to be patient. To be patient with myself, to be patient with my baby, because it was a learning process for both of us. I was learning how to nurse her, and she was learning how to latch. And so it requires patience, and it also requires perseverance. And I'm so happy that I eventually received that information, that advice, and that I took that advice, and that I'm continuing to take that advice. My baby is much older now, but she's still breastfeeding, and it has worked for me.
Wonderful. And so World Breastfeeding Week is all about bringing communities together. Tell us about some of the events and the resources that the Bahamas Breastfeeding Association has planned for this week.
Okay, first of all, I would like to tell you World Breastfeeding Week is always on the 1st to the 7th of every August of every year, okay? And it is spearheaded by the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the Department of Public Health. And the Bahamas National Breastfeeding Association collaborates with them to get this thing done, okay, to function well. And first of all, we went to church on the first day. That's at Maranatha Seventh-day Adventist Church. It was a wonderful service, and I was able to share some wonderful tips about breastfeeding at that church service. We had a good contingent from South Beach Health Center, and also the BNBA team was there celebrating. We also are now about to go into a mode tomorrow. We will have the exhibition corner competition. We have a display at several of our clinics, and we will be judging them tomorrow. And they will be getting trophies and cash prizes, okay? And of course, the big event, our big event, the Big Latch On. We will be having that on Friday, the 7th of August at the Marathon Mall. Just come right by BTC, that area right by BTC in the corner there where the entrance is. We will be there. Don't meet me there at 10. Be there a little before 10 to get yourself prepared to put the baby on the breast, okay, for 2 minutes. Once the 2 minutes is up, we will also be having the babies and mothers at Princess Margaret Hospital. Private Surgical will be also doing this simultaneously all together. Okay, so
everybody is participating.
Yes, everyone will be in sync at the same time. And after that is done, we will announce our winners for the competition. And guess what? It's over. Then we give all of the mothers their wonderful prizes and gifts.
Wonderful.
We have diapers, wipes, other prizes. We have all sorts of things for you. So come on down. Let them come on down to support and to show solidarity and community for mothers who are breastfeeding.
Awesome. Well, a big thank you to you, Nurse McCarty, and also to you, Madrika, for sharing your knowledge and wisdom and experience with us today. So thank you so much. We appreciate both of you for joining us this evening.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Well, when we return, we're continuing the conversation about giving children the best possible start in life. You're watching What's Trending.
Shop early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4, get 1 free sale. Free monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desk. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back-to-school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back-to-school special. Restrictions apply.
I want to show you what paradise on earth really looks like. Imagine this. It's a hot summer day. You've been tanning all day. You just want a place to cool down.
This 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom villa sleeps up to 6 people with a fully equipped kitchen and living room. And if you're looking for relaxation,
look no further. Now the food, the pool, and the drinks are nice, but summer's coming up. Summer's coming up, and you need to get that body in check. Here at the Paradise Island Beach Club, they have a fully equipped 24-hour gym, ensuring that summer body is in check.
We went down to the beach for a little bit. Very relaxing. Definitely gonna come back.
Always have a good time at the pool bar, always have a good time at the pool, and then, you know, to be able to walk down less than a minute walk to the beach is unbelievable.
Just like these drinks, life really is sweet at Paradise Island Beach Club.
Cheers to that.
One, two, three, what you gonna choose? Strawberry swirl, caramel too. Cookie dough bite, brownies protein. Oreo crunch, make the whole team scream. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Swirl it, twist it, taste that wave. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Cinnamon toast on a cool vanilla. Chocolate base and the flavor gets bigger. Sweet on sweet, yeah, that's the fun. Better get one, better run, run, run. Gotta be frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
We've just heard about the personal side of breastfeeding. Now we're taking a look at the science behind it. Experts say the first 1,000 days of life from pregnancy until child's second birthday are one of the most important periods for brain development, growth, and long-term health. During this time, good nutrition can make a lasting difference, and breastfeeding is just one part of giving babies the best possible start. Joining us now to help us better understand why these early days matter is pediatrician Dr. Janet Davis Dorset. Welcome to What's Trending.
Thank you. Good to be here.
It's great to have you here with us, Dr. Dorset. So we keep hearing about this first 1,000 days. Why do doctors place so much importance on this stage in a child's life?
Well, you know, it's all about foundations. Okay, if you don't set up a good foundation, your house will not be a sturdy house. It's the same thing with the child. In the first year of life, the first 12 months of life is what we call the rapid growth phase. The child is growing exponentially, but the brain is also growing. And that's the time when the best nutrition is needed. And studies have shown that breast milk has the right amount of nutrients, the macronutrients, the carbohydrates, the proteins, the fat, and the micronutrients like enzymes and vitamins. The breast milk has the best ratio of nutrients to support a child's growing brain, which is growing very rapidly in the first year. Growth slows down after that first 12 months, but essential nutrition is still needed. And so, and we find that children who are breastfed, they are healthier children. We see that later on. So that first 2 years is very important. You have to, it's not that formula does not do that. It doesn't do it as well. And there's also a lot of risks with formula too. The risk of overfeeding, especially in our community, is very high. With breastfeeding, the baby senses when they're full and stops. So it's very, very unlikely that a baby will overfeed with breastfeeding. With the formula, we can get some overweight babies that tend to factor negatively for their health later on in life.
Wow.
So
now, we have some mothers then that worry that breastfeeding doesn't go perfectly from the first day. So what is it that you would say to them to give them some degree of reassurance?
Well, first of all, I would say don't expect it to be perfect. Okay, breastfeeding is natural, but you have to put some work into it. Okay, it should start before your baby is born. In pregnancy, you should be getting tips from your midwife, from your obstetrician, gynecologist on how to get ready for breastfeeding, preparing the breast. I find that's one of the most common comments I get, complaints I get from parents. My breasts are sore, the nipples are sore. And usually that's from poor latch on. The baby's not latching on properly. If you were told this before, how to prepare the nipples, how to get that baby to get the whole nipple, the nipple and that dark part around, we call the areola, to get that in the baby's mouth, is very, very unlikely that you're going to get sore breasts and cracked nipples. So usually, it's preparing. Okay?
Sounds like just
It's preparation.
Education.
Education.
So now we have social media that's come along and it has all this parenting advice, some not actually accurate in most instances. So what's one breastfeeding myth that you yourself are correcting time and time again?
Well, there's so many. One I hear a lot is that the baby's not getting enough. Okay, they fear breastfeeding alone is not enough. Okay, and that could be further from the truth. You know, if you've been drinking and if you've been, getting yourself hydrated and, nutritionally sound, the baby knows when it's full. Okay, we advise mothers to use both breasts. Okay, breastfeed for about 20 minutes on the first one, put the baby on the second breast. Usually, by the time the baby is finished on the second breast, they don't go 20 minutes. So that breast probably still has some formula. So we tell them when you come back to breastfeeding, start on that second breast, because you still have some what we call leftover milk. But that's the biggest one. The other one I get from parents is that, oh, it's going to change my shape. My breast is going to dry. Of course, we live in a very sexualized community where, the breast is just that. They fear that the breast is going to sag after breastfeeding.
It's not.
Far from the truth.
So breastfeeding isn't only the mother's responsibility. So how can fathers, grandparents, or other family members make a real difference in helping mothers through this process?
Be a source of support, okay? In the first week of life, baby needs to breastfeed every 1.5 to 3 hours. So the mother's taking up breastfeeding. Be there to help. Be there to fix her meals, be there to clean the house, be there, just be that presence and be somebody who's supporting breastfeeding, not, bring it down and say, well, why don't you just go and get the formula? Just be a support.
And quickly, one piece of advice that you would want our viewers watching tonight to remind them about the significance of the first 1,000 days of a baby's life, how important that period is for them.
I would remind them, again, from what I have seen, my patients who breastfeed, they are healthier babies. The lady you interviewed before, her baby is 2 years old and has never had an upper respiratory tract infection. Okay? So I would like the whole Bahamas to know that breast milk is more than just nutrition. It's health. It's for the baby's health now and later on. Babies who breastfed are healthier babies. They get less colds, they get less air infections, they get less diarrheal infections. And as studies have shown, they do better in school as time goes on. They are better academicians, so to speak, okay? So if I had to remind one thing, your baby's health now and later is much better because of breastfeeding.
Well, Dr. Dorset, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us this evening and helping us to better understand the importance of these early years in a baby's life. So thanks so much again.
It was a pleasure.
Well, coming up after the break, 2 Bahamian artists are using their work to spark conversation about identity, culture, and modern manhood. We'll take you inside their latest exhibition when What's Trending continues.
I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. Out together, dancing cheek to cheek.
I'm Jordan, by the way. Tom.
Welcome to What's Trending. Join me, Jiminita Swain.
And me, The Bahama Beauty, Monday through Thursday at 6 p.m.
Only on the ZNS Network.
So the storm has passed. Danger may still be near. Avoid downed power lines and flooded roads. Check on your neighbors, especially the elderly. Only travel if absolutely necessary. Report hazards and stay informed.
Recovery begins with caution and care.
Art has always been a way to tell stories, ask questions, and see the world through a different lens.
Culture and Color, presented by Dongaluk Studios Art Gallery.
A new exhibition featuring the work of 4 Bahamian artists is exploring a deeper conversation around masculinity, looking beyond traditional expectations to examine identity, emotion, spirituality, culture, and personal experience. The exhibition invites viewers to think about how men are shaped by their families, their communities, and the stories they carry. Joining us now are 2 of the featured artists, Chris Outen and Shaquille Colby, to share the inspiration behind their work and the message they hope people take away. Gentlemen, welcome to What's Trending.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here with us. So, Chris, let's start with the idea behind the exhibition. When people hear the word masculinity, certain images come to their minds. What do you want the challenge, or how do you want to challenge them or get them to explore this exhibition?
Right. So I'd like to, change the narrative on what masculinity means. I want the viewers to know that men can cry, men can, have doubts about certain topics, and men could fellowship with one another.
And this exhibition brings together different perspectives on what it means to be a man. How personal was this process for each of you?
Yeah, so I don't know if you want to start first, or
Shaquille, if you want to tell us.
I mean, it was a very introspective process for me. My work, and specifically, is sort of documenting my journey into becoming the man I am, and looking forward to the man that I want to become. As a husband, as a father, I kind of had to figure those things out for myself. And so through my work, I'm sort of building this man that I want to be, and I'm depicting him on the canvas.
I like that. So, Chris, when you create a piece of art, how much of yourself do you put into that work, and are there parts of your own experiences that viewers may not immediately see?
Yeah, I put about 95% of myself into the work. I try to leave some Easter eggs in there too that the viewer may not immediately pick up on, but I'm always a part of the work. In this particular body of work, I'm focusing on grief. So that's what this body is representing, men and how they deal with that grief.
And Shaquille, one of the powerful things about this exhibition is that it shows that masculinity isn't just one thing. So why is it important to highlight emotions like vulnerability, reflection, and even spirituality?
Yeah, I think that for men, a lot of the narrative surrounds, when it comes to masculinity, what should men avoid being? What is toxic about men? What's wrong with men? And I think that a lot of men are left with the question, well, what am I for? What is my purpose? And I think leaning into those existential questions about how I relate to my emotions, how do those emotions relate to the people around me, it's important for men to understand that they can be places for flourishing, that they can be assets to their family, to the community. I think emotions are sort of a benchmark, a very important place for men to start on that journey to becoming an asset to the people around them.
That makes a lot of sense. So remind us where and when this exhibition is so the men and women can come and check it out.
It's at the Diagula Art Foundation. It's going down on Thursday, August 6th from 6 to 8 p.m.
And Chris, finally, quickly, why should people check it out?
And people should check this out because we got 4 homegrown Bahamian men, and we representing you. And you and you and you. So come out and support us.
All right.
And you see a bit of yourself in some of the work as well.
All right. Well, Chris and Shaquille, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your thoughts behind the work that you've produced. We're so excited to see this, and we encourage you to continue to do fabulous work. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, there's more What's Trending after the break. Stay with us. What's trending in business? Who's making major money moves, and how's it shaping your future? This is Economics, your front row seat to the biggest stories in business, innovation, and finance. Powered by the Sand Dollar, the digital currency of the Central Bank of the Bahamas. It's fast, secure, Bahamian. We're breaking down the numbers, the news, and what it means to you. Tune in every Thursday at 6 p.m. for the trends, the insights, and the stories that matter. Get informed, get inspired, get in the mix with Economics. Great athletes are not just born, they are developed through discipline, mentorship, and belief. On Wednesday's show, we're sitting down with a Bahamian coach to discuss how he's building champions and shaping character both on and off the court. And before we go, we'd like to send a very special happy birthday to the show's producer, Davina Johnson. We hope you're enjoying your special day. Happy birthday, Davina, and here's to an amazing year ahead. And that's a wrap for What's Trending. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS, and we'll see you tomorrow at 6 p.m.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Government launches review into employment practices at major Grand Bahama businesses. Plus, a long-running fight over control of Old Bahama Bay Resort takes another turn. And a holiday outing ends in tragedy. A Grand Bahama family is mourning after a man dies at a South Bahama resort.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
And welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news tonight, the government is launching a review into employment practices in Grand Bahama with a focus on whether Bahamians are getting fair access to opportunities at some of the island's largest employers. Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, says the review comes amid concerns about work permits and whether Bahamians have a pathway to advancement within key industries. The details in tonight's top story. For years, some Grand Bahamians have questioned why foreign workers continue to fill positions at major companies, while locals say they struggle to move beyond entry-level roles. Now, the government says it wants a closer look at how employment opportunities are being distributed. Foreign Affairs Minister, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, says concerns raised by the Minister for Grand Bahama and residents prompted the review, particularly regarding work permits issued for large industrial employers.
We wanted to be sure that we understood all the issues involved in it and be able to address the concerns of the Grand Bahama community in a way that satisfies all parties.
Among the companies being examined are the Grand Bahama Shipyard and Carnival Celebration Key, both major employers on the island. Mitchell says the review will also consider wider concerns in sectors like hospitality, where some Bahamians believe opportunities for advancement remain limited.
The complaint amongst Bahamians is that there's a glass ceiling beyond which Bahamians can't go. So you can get jobs as waiters or maitre d's in a restaurant, in a hotel, but beyond that, you can't go.
The minister says the issue is not only about employment, but whether Bahamians have a clear pathway to management and leadership positions. He says the government is also looking at concerns surrounding Bahamians' access to the economic benefits of major companies, including the Grand Bahama Shipyard.
It's not in any way designed to be hostile in any fashion, but it is designed for us to understand what is going on and to come to some conclusions about what's best for the economy of Grand Bahama and the country as a whole.
Mitchell adds that while there are concerns from residents, the government must also consider the needs of businesses operating in specialized industries. He notes that there is a labor shortage in country and work permits are issued through a process involving the Department of Labor.
I don't know that they circumvent the law. What happens is that in each case that an employer applies for a work permit, they must get a labor certificate from the Department of Labor.
That certification determines whether the required skill or labor is available locally before a work permit is approved. He says even renewals are now subject to that process and are not automatic. The review will now look beyond the paperwork, examining the concerns raised by Grand Bahamians about access, advancement, and employment opportunities within key industries.
To get a sense from the Department of Labor what the applications are like there. You must sit down with the companies and find out what their needs are, demands are, complaints are specific to their particular sectors, and move from there with an appreciation of what the statistical or what the data says about this, so that you're making informed decisions and not guesswork.
In other news, a long-standing dispute over the management and operational control of Old Bahama Bay Resort is once again making headlines, this time leaving dozens of workers caught in the middle. Our Sherelle Dames was on site and shares the details in this report.
Following a busy holiday weekend in the West End community, employees at the Old Bahama Bay Resort arrived at work Tuesday morning only to find the property barricaded with no clear answers on their employment status or what comes next.
My time began at 11 o'clock and I came to work, but the security guards say no Old Bahama Bay employees to be allowed in. And I saw all the other employees out the gate and no one knows what's going on. So there are several questions the employee like to know, especially like, we out here, we to work, but we can't punch the clock, so we don't know if we're getting paid for this time. You're waiting to hear a word from whoever's concerned about this matter.
Meanwhile, Department of Labor officials also on site saying their priority is to protect the rights of all parties involved while ensuring that workers are treated fairly and heard throughout the matter.
It's been a long-standing issue, but we just want the workers to know that at the end of the day, there are certain rights and entitlement that they're due to. We want to ensure also that the employer, that they are not disenfranchised or taken advantage of or put in a bad situation. The Minister of Labor has been engaged in the matter, and we're going to continue to closely monitor. We just want to ensure that everything that's done, it's done in compliance with the Employment Act and the rules and the laws of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
The years-long legal dispute between the owners of Old Bahama Bay and the property's management company, Island Ventures Resort and Club, remains unresolved. In 2025, the resort's owners served the management company with an eviction notice, but the company maintained it would not vacate the property while the matter remained before the courts. Today, the dispute continues, and stepping in on behalf of affected residents and employees, Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama Kingsley Smith, who says while the legal process plays out, his immediate concern is for the workers and constituents caught in the middle of the ongoing uncertainty.
After some years, when again went in default some years ago, the persons who would have taken over the property, they then gave possession of the property to the Homeowners Association to continue running up this property. And as of late, some years ago, there's some reinterest by some persons who wants to regain operation of the property, and so in the interim, we have some workers that are affected as a result.
Now, an attempt was made to get a comment from management at Old Bahama Bay. However, they declined to speak on the ongoing dispute. Up to news time, workers remained at the resort awaiting clarity on their employment status. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Sherelle Dames.
Just one station.
Well, a holiday outing turning tragic in Grand Bahama as a 40-year-old man lost his life after being pulled unresponsive from the deep end of a swimming pool at a South Bahama resort. Our Shalia Roll returns to that resort to speak with the property manager, who is now sharing details about the incident.
What started as a day at the pool ended in tragedy. Now, Grand Bahama police are working to investigate what exactly happened into the death of a 40-year-old man who was found at the bottom of a swimming pool at a resort in South Bahama. According to police, officers were called to the resort shortly before 4:30 p.m. after receiving reports of an unresponsive man in the pool. Investigators say the man's girlfriend told them he had been swimming in the deep end when she suddenly noticed him sinking beneath the water. She immediately called for help, and a person at the resort assisted in pulling him from the pool before CPR was administered. Emergency medical services continued resuscitation efforts, but the man could not be revived.
When he heard the woman come to the door. When he got hey, come out and help me, he jumped out. By the time as he went out to the pool, the man was literally to the bottom of the pool. He heard no screaming, he heard no splashing, no hollering. The lady called 9 after he went wholesale immediately. He went in all and everything, jumped out in the pool, and got the guy out from the pool. Then the lady called 911.
The property's manager, Stacy Knowles, says the incident occurred on the Emancipation Day holiday when the resort's administrative office was closed. She explained that during holidays, a tenant is typically asked to monitor the property in a security capacity.
And got an umbrella to use, I guess, for shade, for sun. And she also got a floaty to use. Where the floaties and the umbrellas is, there is also life vests device that you can throw in the pool.
According to Knowles, the woman who checked into the resort had taken a pool umbrella and a flotation device before using the pool. She says additional life vests and flotation devices are available on the property for guests, and the pool is clearly marked with signage indicating that the water reaches a depth of 8 feet. Police say the victim was found in the deep end of the pool. Knowles says 2 women and 2 children were at the pool around the time of the incident.
State, we ask people that it's for registered guests. The sign says registered guests. People do sometimes lie and say someone only visiting. They try to sneak in the pool. That's why we're adamant against it. There is no lifeguard on duty. Clear sign.
An autopsy will now be conducted to determine the exact cause of death as police continue their investigation. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
Well, a man whose dog severely mauled a 9-year-old American boy in South Bimini is now behind bars awaiting sentencing. According to the Tribune, 34-year-old Harrington Rowe pled guilty to negligently causing grievous harm, permitting a dangerous dog to be at large, and owning a dangerous dog that causes injury in a public place. The attack happened on Tuesday at the Bimini Cove Resort, where 9-year-old Bo Bratton of Miami was vacationing with his family. Police say Bo left his condominium to collect sand when he was attacked by 6 Staffordshire Bull Terriers, suffering life-threatening injuries to his head and body. Authorities say an unidentified man chased the dogs away before Bo was airlifted to Florida by the U.S. Coast Guard. He underwent 2 surgeries, including one lasting some 10 hours. Now, police say security footage linked the dogs to Rowe, who told the court the animals are kept in a storage shed, but the lock was defective. The acting chief magistrate described photos of the boy's injuries as disturbing before remanding Rowe to custody. He's expected to be sentenced later this week. Now, according to the Tribune Daily, the family has set up a GoFundMe account to assist in the child's medical expenses. If you wish to assist, you can visit the page and search his name, Bo Braden. Police in Abago have arrested a 16-year-old juvenile male in connection with an armed robbery that occurred in Marsh Harbor this past Friday. According to preliminary reports, shortly before 11:45 a.m., a woman reported that she was inside her residence with her nephew when an unknown male entered the room. The suspect was dressed in a dark-colored jacket and a pair of black pants. His face was concealed by a black cloth, and he allegedly brandished what appeared to be a firearm and demanded cash. The suspect reportedly stole an undetermined amount of cash before fleeing the scene on foot. Subsequently, police arrested a 16-year-old juvenile male in connection with the incident. Officers also recovered a quantity of cash and other items believed to be connected to the incident.
And still to come.
A Grand Bahama tradition returns. West End comes alive for its 4th annual homecoming and boat race. You'll have the details of that story, sports, and more when we return.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Dolly Madison would like to say thank you, Grand Bahama, with a Dolly Madison Customer Appreciation Sale. Get 25% off store-wide on Friday, August 7th and Saturday, August 8th. Don't forget to check out the clearance section located in aisle 2. Look for the clearance sign. And it's summertime, so take a look at the selection of grills and supplies. Also, pool and beach gear. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Dolly Madison.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics, what you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, the prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Elevate your space with the timeless beauty of luxury vinyl planks, now available at Grand Bahama Tiles. Choose from 5 sophisticated colors, offering the perfect blend of elegance, durability, and easy installation. Complete your project with our premium tile and grout cleaners, sealers, grout haze removers, innovative 3D frost grout, and professional installation tools. Visit Grand Bahama Tiles today or call 352-7920.
This is where it happens. Those moments that impact our lives. Giving you the information that you need this hurricane season. Wherever there is news, we're there.
Your #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. The 4th annual West End Homecoming Boat Race, transforming the home of hospitality this August Monday holiday. Hundreds gathered to cheer on competitors, reconnect with family and friends, as well as celebrate one of West End's signature events. Jolanda Thompson-Everest was there and filed the details in this report.
The engines are roaring, the boats are lined up, and West End is alive with excitement. The 4th annual West End Homecoming and Boat Race has brought together operators and spectators from across the Bahamas for a celebration of speed, community, and the unique salt life experience that makes this settlement special.
Once it's boat and water, that's Bahamas, that's island. It's an island vibe. You know how it goes. Island vibe. Kaboom!
Cuisine, cold drinks, and camaraderie were on full display at the Artist Neely Marina and Dock
as hundreds gather to watch more than 20 boats compete across several racing categories. Committee member Ramal Russell and Member of Parliament for West Grand Bahama Kingsley Smith Jr. expressing optimism that this year's event would draw a sold-out crowd.
We've already done the jet ski race. We also have a single engine race, a double engine race, as well as an open class race. And of course, the open class race is the one to watch today. We're giving away $40,000 in cash and prizes, and we expect it to be an exciting day on the water.
West End is the capital of Grand Bahama, and so we want to ensure that we continue our festivities and bring the people the money and revive our economy of West End.
Sponsored by the Ministry of Tourism, the entertainment lineup kept the energy high throughout the day, with patrons enjoying an impressive mix of musical performances that added to the festive atmosphere.
We have Lil Joe and the Trouble Band, we have the Top Tier Band, and also a John Canoe Rush Out by the Platinum Knights and the Superstar Rockers.
The excitement continued on the water as the winner of the jet ski category reflected on the thrill of outracing 3 competitors, while supporters celebrated another successful staging of the West End homecoming and boat race.
I'm a jet ski lover. Yeah, I love jet skis. And I like the speed. I spend all my money boosting this up to get what I get. 80 miles per hour. I come in first for that. I'd rather be in West End. Yes, I come in last.
Well, my expectations today is safe, good fun, great energy, and safety.
We have a lot of support. We have a lot of people, a lot of good food, a lot of conch salad.
Everything is better in the Bahamas, but I'm here at the festival because I love being around the people. I feel at home.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Yolanda Thompson, Everest.
Well, still with West End, some sad news to report as the community and the Bahamas at large are mourning the loss of renowned marine conservationist and ecotourism giant Keith Cooper. Through his work, he dedicated more than 15 years to studying stingrays and educating residents and visitors about marine conservation, helping to reshape perceptions of these creatures while promoting sustainable ecotourism. A U.S. Army veteran with a background in hotel sales and marketing, Cooper later devoted his life to protecting marine wildlife and showcasing the natural beauty of West End. His vision was to position the community as Grand Bahama's eco-adventure capital while creating opportunities through responsible tourism. Cooper also played a pivotal role in supporting the Ministry of Tourism's efforts through familiarization trips, helping showcase Grand Bahama's natural attractions and ecotourism offerings to international travel partners. Cooper leaves behind a legacy of conservation, education, and a deep commitment to the ocean and the community he served. We understand that Keith Cooper passed away at his home on Sunday, August 2nd. Well, it is now time for your Health is Wealth Monday tip.
Teen suicide is a serious issue, but it's preventable. Warning signs include withdrawal, hopelessness, mood changes, or talks of feeling like a burden. These are not just phases, they need attention. Parents and caregivers listen without judgment and keep communication open. Encourage teens to talk about their feelings and seek help from a counselor or mental health professional if needed. Teens, if you're feeling overwhelmed or hopeless, you're not alone. Talk to someone you trust or call a crisis line. Asking for help is strong and it can save a life. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and remember, your greatest wealth is your health.
Well, Facebook friend of the day, Lanika Scott Russell, we thank you so much for watching, and we hope you're enjoying your day. And that's a look at stories making news. Shane, what's happening in sports?
Raven, the World Athletics Juniors Under-20 Championships kick off tomorrow, and our athletes say they are ready to roll.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Shane. Well, sports comes your way next, right after the break.
See news in the making? Call us at 352-9713 or 359-5167, or you can email us at ZNS3news@gmail.com.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Elevate your space with the timeless beauty of luxury vinyl planks, now available at Grand Bahama Tiles. Choose from 5 sophisticated colors, offering the perfect blend of elegance, durability, and easy installation. Complete your project with our premium tile and grout cleaners, sealers, grout haze removers, innovative 3D frost grout, and professional installation tools. Visit Grand Bahama Tiles today or call 352-7920.
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm self-insuring my investments, starting with this tarp.
We all remember the blue tarps after the storm. Let's make sure that we are covered with more than a tarp. Don't allow your investment to be at risk. Protect your investment with one of our insurance policies.
Nobody does it better.
Have the following supplies on hand at the start of the hurricane season. A minimum 3-day supply of water, which provides 1 gallon of water per person per day. Minimum 3-day supply of non-perishable food items. Flashlights and extra batteries. A battery-powered radio to receive broadcasts that will keep you informed of the storm. A first aid kit. A 7-day supply of any prescribed medication. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Welcome to the ZNS Total Sports Cave, everyone. I'm Shane Stubbs. The Ministry of Youth and Sports camps are officially done, and things ended with some very competitive scrimmages. But Coach Gary McIntosh believes each camper left motivated in their respective disciplines.
The love is there for the game and the discipline, and I saw the IQ of the game has been lifted. Now they understand that they have to put in the work, and that's what's important. When the coaches are not around, what we teach them in the camp, they have to go out and practice that on their own. And that's why we're saying good results, because that's what they're doing.
The camp proved to be a great off-season tool for volleyball and basketball players who say a new skill level was unlocked in their games.
The most enjoyable part has always been 6-on-6, because it actually puts you in a real-world game kind of experience where you would actually put what you put into practice.
I think the skills that I've learned can help me to improve with our school team, as it has been going down a bit, but I think it'll help us to just come out on top this year.
I've learned how to shoot the ball better than I could have originally shoot the ball. I feel like it can be a better impact on my team, playing towards other schools and having competitive competition between me and my teammates.
Meanwhile, in track and field, the World Athletics Under-20 Championships kick off August 5th to the 9th in Eugene, Oregon. Ready to get the show on the road are quarter-milers Kiesha Thomas and Taniko Ouellette, who are feeling good and ready to represent the 242.
I'm just trying to do my best to stay on the right path, as I should say, stay focused, keep my body in the good shape that I need to be to go over there and do my very best.
Ready to be on the big stage, Hopefully we go there. Run to the best of our ability, break a record. My season has never took this long to end. Well, but it's a blessing, it's a blessing to be running for the Bahamas in the summer.
Joining them on that 17-member team are Giovanni Bridgewater and Zion Shepard. And in Corporate League action over the weekend, Bahama Rock defeated Club Petuna 20-0. The Pelican Bay Flyers soared past Buckeye Bahamas by a final score of 40-35. Dwayne Gale was clutch, pouring in 16 points. Devano Clark led Buckeye with 11 in the loss. And the Celebration Key Cruisers got the W over GB Power, 59-45. Keno Russell powered the Cruisers with 17 points. Ahmad Pratt registered a game-high 18 in the losing effort. And that's my time, everyone, but your local forecast is next. I'm Shane Stubbs. And remember, tough times don't last always.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you gain. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
Melinda Whitney, teaching diary.
One of the most damaging words a child can hear from a parent isn't a curse word. It's this one, disappointed, especially when it's used as a label and not a lesson. When a child hears, "I'm disappointed in you," they don't hear correction. They hear, "I'm not enough. I failed you. I lost your love." Discipline should correct behavior, not attack identity. There's a difference between saying, "That choice was disappointing," and saying, "You disappoint me." One teaches responsibility, the other teaches shame. Correct the action. Protect the child's heart, because children don't need perfect parents. They need parents who discipline with love.
Put it in.
Let's keep it clean.
Put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. No. Yeah, just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not on the streets. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye. Put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. That's it, that's it. Put it in the trash. Just put it in the trash. Put it in the trash. That's it. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Not on the ground, not on the beach, not in the bush, not in the street. Just put it in the trash, my guy. Yeah. Just put it in the trash, my guy.
Yeah. We just gotta keep Grand Bahama clean.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that is going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Raven Davis.
I'm Shane Stubbs.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight. They're coming your way next.
I'm Corval Pyfrom in for Makushla. Ahead on our broadcast this Tuesday night, no end in sight. Customers brave another string of power outages this past holiday weekend as BPL continues its efforts to restore service. The utility outlining today what the road ahead looks like. These outages have many scrambling for ways to stay cool. Fanning generators now hot commodities. But what advice from retailers you should hear ahead of making that next purchase? And an update tonight on the progress being made to ensure schools are ready to receive teachers and students as summer recess enters its final weeks. The Bahamas Tonight, the national report starts now. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast. The long holiday weekend bringing little in terms of relief for many BPL customers. Power disruptions continued this weekend, even as many businesses did their part to reduce energy usage in hopes of increasing capacity. And tonight, utility officials are acknowledging there are still some big challenges ahead for the country's electricity network. And as Leah Cooper tells us, they are now taking a closer look at what needs to change.
Those power outages may not be completely over just yet. With August and September expected to bring high demand, BPL and Bahamas Grid Company officials say they're working to take some of the pressure off the system, but they can't promise the lights will stay on.
In August and September, we're going to see higher loads, so we're trying to do certain things now to improve fields that have been offline for a while that would help some of the loading on the system. So we hopefully that will relieve and reduce some of the outages that we're seeing. But again, I cannot predict and guarantee that we won't have issues moving into the hotter, more demanding months.
And that's a tough message for consumers who have already spent weeks dealing with interruptions, sometimes in the middle of the day at the peak of the summer heat. Officials say two things are putting the grid under pressure. People are using more power, while parts of the system are simply getting older.
In most systems, as you go around the world, what you would see is what's commonly referred to as a single peak load profile, right? Where the load will potentially peak between 3 and 4 p.m. and continue at 9 to 10 p.m. and then come down. We're very unique in New Providence. We have a double peak. It means that the system is under constant strain. There's very little relief in terms of load.
Some of that strain, however, could also be attributed to unsanctioned connections of the network.
For instance, your house may have a 100 amp supply. You want to add additional air conditioning load. Your electrician, instead of actually going through the process of the Ministry of Works, just actually upgrades your network and to add your additional air conditioning. That adds additional load which is not visible to the utility company, right? And that creates problems in terms of overloads in the system.
So as officials work to keep the grid from buckling under pressure, Bahamas Grid Company CEO Dario McKenzie is urging consumers to conserve where they can. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Leah Cooper.
Meantime, we've all become familiar with complaints stemming from a rise in BPL bills for many customers this summer. Well, BPL's chair, Christina Alston, sought to explain where that increase may be coming from.
Is a way for you to get some control over your bill. So when you look at your bill, you'll see a graph to the side, and that graph actually tells you how much your consumption has gone up. So now the fuel rate did not change this summer, nor did the base rate. So those two things have remained constant. But your consumption, I would have anticipated your consumption to have gone up about 30% from your previous year.
And that's due to increased temperatures this year. Alston says last June only had 7 days over 90 degrees. This year, about 19. She says this is why conservation is important when trying to reduce BPL bills.
When I talk to you all about our 21st century grid, one of the things that I would like for it to be able to do is where you as a consumer can actually set a budget and say, I only want to spend $300 this month on my light bill. And we will be able to send you notifications as you approach that monetary amount. And then you can decide, well, I think I'm going to go over a little bit. Or you may decide, you know what, we're going to back down on certain things in the home.
The business community also weighing in on the call from Bahamas Power and Light officials, asking them to reduce their use of electricity provided from the utility grill. For that angle, here's Lloyd Allen.
Choosing for Life is among hundreds of local businesses being asked by Bahamas Power and Light officials to reduce their power consumption. But according to those companies, this request is simply unreasonable. We spoke with store manager Hervé Swaby.
We already have tried to cut our overhead by reducing our electricity costs. And this headline now today is, what more expansive measures do you want us to take? We already did the LED lighting. We already unplugged our appliances that can be unplugged at the end of the day so they're not running over light. We already keep our refrigeration at a certain level so it doesn't consume excessive power.
Peter Maury, who operates the Bay Street Marina as well as Green Parrot Restaurant, he says since the recent power cuts, as well as those over the past few weeks, it's cut deep for his businesses.
For us to scale back on electricity, you know, that's asking these guests to turn down their turn up their air conditions and not use their boats as much. That's completely counterproductive. In the food service business, I mean, we have to keep all our food at a certain temperature. Our refrigerators, you know, for the produce and prepared food and stuff should be between 38 and 42 degrees. I have my freezers are -10. We need reliable, affordable. And that's the other thing is any renewable, wind or solar, has to have a fossil fuel generator to back it up.
Now, this issue also impacting nail tech Melissa Hall, who operates Nailicious Nails. Melissa, tell us about your experience with the power cuts and this announcement coming in.
Well, lately, because of the power cuts, I've had to reschedule, and in some cases, even cancel clients because the power was off. As you can see, if we don't have the power on in here, I can't use any of my appliances to do my work. And so the announcement that they made, it's not possible for me because I cannot do anything without the electricity.
Now, many of those operators did observe that BPL press conference from the Office of the Prime Minister earlier today, and still, they say a clear resolution is needed. Reporting from Saunders Beach for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Lloyd, with no break in these brutally high temperatures anywhere in sight, coupled with the fact that we are only just at the halfway mark of the hurricane season, power outages are almost certainly imminent. And now Bahamians aren't just preparing for the next storm, they're also looking for ways to stay cool and keep the lights on when the power goes out. But choosing the right equipment is just as important as buying it. Here's Shaquille Dames.
Interest in sales of generators have picked up tremendously following prolonged days of power outages. This coupled with families preparing for possible storm-related outages as we approach the peak of hurricane season. CBS Bahamas Managing Director Brent Burrows says many customers do not necessarily know which type best suits their home.
I think if you're considering purchasing a generator, the first thing you want to do is be sure that you're buying one suitable for, what you need to use it for. For example, do you need a whole home standby generator, or can you get by with a portable unit like what we sell here? You want to look at the running wattage, the starting wattage, make sure it can power, whatever appliances or things that you want to keep powered should the power go out. Here at CBS, we sell Furman and Generac. We have a Generac model right there that provides 3,900 running watts, which is, more than enough to power a fridge, a small window AC, charge your laptop, your Wi-Fi router, things of that sort. And that particular generator comes with electric start and can also be run on propane. So, these are the sorts of different features that I think are important to look at, and you should consider when making that purchase.
Beyond choosing the right size or features, Burrows says safe operation should never be an afterthought, particularly for first-time owners who may be using a generator during an emergency for the first time. He also noted that the recent spell of above-average hot weather has driven up a surge in fan sales, with many customers looking for affordable ways to stay cool while keeping their electricity costs down.
Definitely don't want to run them inside your home. All of them emit CO2, so that's dangerous. They're meant to run outside. Don't run them in your garage. Don't run them in your bedroom. If the weather's bad and you can't start it up outside, wait till the weather gets better. I think that's sort of the biggest issue we see. And then, of course, just overloading it.
With temperatures soaring and hurricane season well underway, many Bahamians are staying ahead of the game by investing in generators and fans to stay cool. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Shaquille Dames.
A rosy 7 months for the Bahama Resort. According to the property's Senior Vice President of Administration and External Relations, Robert Sands, occupancy levels up to July have exceeded expectations, and he's convinced other major hotel properties in the capital can report the same. The cruise sector, Sands says, equally robust.
See stopover visitors grew for the last 2-3 months, which is also a positive sign. Perhaps not in the large numbers we want, but it's growth. And so some of the right things are happening. I think many people, are impatient, and rightly so. This has been a difficult summer because of the heat levels, number one, and also the erratic availability of electricity that's really impacted a significant amount of consumers who, under most difficult circumstances, still have to get up every day, put their best foot forward.
Vehicular, pedestrian, and marine traffic on and under the Fresh Creek Bridge in Central Andros are now restricted due to a structural fault. Originally built around 1968 to connect Andros Town and Coakley Town, the overpass is vital to life in Central Andros. Altavis Munnings reports on the immediate assessment conducted by Ministry of Works engineers this morning.
Visible cracks on the Fresh Creek Bridge in Central Andros show that immediate repair is needed. And after reports surfaced Monday that parts of this overpass began to decay, the caution tape has now been erected and activity has been halted.
The intermediate pier at one of the pile caps has sunk. As a result, all of the weight has shifted to the two external piers. Because of this, the pile cap has deflected some 20-30 degrees. As a result, the three intermediate slabs has sunken collectively 9 inches, roughly 3 inches, 2 to 3 inches per slab.
Ministry of Works engineers measured certain parts of the bridge and assessed its exterior to calculate just how to fit a temporary bridge in this space.
The new bridge will be 2-lane and raised considerably to get about 20 feet, about 16 to 20 feet height. So that's why we have to demolish this bridge and put a temporary bridge in anyway.
Where we ferry cars or vehicles from one side to the other as an immediate relief to the persons here in Andros. We have already started discussions with Acro Bridge, who already has a reputation in the Bahamas, where they've provided bridges in Abaco as well as Eleuthero.
Works and Family Island Affairs Minister, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, and the Member of Parliament for Mangrove Key and Central and South Andros, Transport Minister, the Honorable Leon Lundy, both agree that urgent attention to this vital Central Andros lifeline is a top priority.
This bridge is an economic connection to the north and southern part of Central Andros. The airport is on the south and most of the residents live to the north. So definitely we need this connection in order to survive and strive.
We have to be patient and await the professional advice and the engineering process so that whenever a measure is put in place, it is safe and trustworthy for everybody.
Ministry of Works officials anticipate this temporary measure won't last too long to prolong any further impact to Central Andros. A brand new bridge for Fresh Creek is in the pipeline. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Altavis Munnings.
And there's much more news to get to when we come back. An update on the teacher recruitment drive that's now underway. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight. More news in a moment.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping. Travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Back into school.
At Island Luck, the Quicks keep things moving. Quick 4 keeps things fresh. Quick 3 keeps things clean. And Quick 2 keeps things running. But today, there's a new Quick in town. Meet Quick 5, bringing even more chances into play. Because when the Quicks come together, things don't just add up, they multiply. And $1 could turn into $50,000. Play the 5-ball Quick 5 on Island Luck now.
Must be 18 and over. Island Luck reminds you that it's only a game, so please game responsibly.
We bring you back to the broadcast this Tuesday evening with a shot of the 18-hole Royal Blue course at Baha Mar Cable Beach. It is host to this week's Caribbean Amateur Golf Championships. Continuing with the news now, the Emancipation Day holiday marred by 2 stabbings here in the capital. Luckily, the alleged culprits have already been arrested. Police got a call about the first incident just before 6 p.m. yesterday in the area of Trinidad Avenue. They soon found out that an argument between 2 men escalated into a fight, during which one of the men allegedly stabbed the other in the back. The injured man was taken to hospital, where he's since been treated and discharged. Police have arrested a 55-year-old man in connection with this incident. And several hours later, a 38-year-old man was rushed to hospital during his alleged attempt to physically assault a 37-year-old female. According to police, during the ordeal, the woman stabbed the man in the collarbone. The victim was last listed in critical condition. Investigations into both matters continue. Other news here tonight, education officials say the recruitment program launched to address critical teacher shortages in the public school system is producing results.
About our recruitment task force, specifically geared towards Bahamian recruitment. We are positively overwhelmed by the amount of applications and inquiries we've gotten from Bahamians, and we hope that moving forward, as we reach the deadline for school open, that we fill as many of those vacancies as possible with Bahamians, and we're continuing that effort as much as possible.
According to Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Senator the Honorable Keenan Johnson, the recruitment task force is in the process of assessing.
We've definitely received well over 100 applications from Bahamians. So our team is reviewing those applications, looking at where our needs are and how best they can fill those needs. And in default of filling the entire 300 vacancies with Bahamians, and we are certainly also looking at international avenues as well.
Meantime, renovations and repairs to public schools across the country are on tap to be completed ahead of the new school year, August 31st. The Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Senator the Honorable Keenan Johnson, also sharing with the media today that work crews have been mobilized here in New Providence, Grand Bahama, as well as the Family Islands to complete crucial repairs.
We had the opportunity about a week and a half ago to do some of the inspections, myself, the Deputy Prime Minister, and officials from the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, and we're certainly pleased with the progress that's been made so far. We will continue our inspections, including some of the Family Islands next week, and by all accounts, we anticipate that all of the repairs will be done in time for school open.
Bahamas is one step closer to expanding its presence in the global digital financial industry. And this now that Bahamian investment and financial services company Benchmark Bahamas has signed a joint venture with Swiss technology company Override to create the Bahamas Override Exchange, or BOX. If approved, the platform would allow users to buy, sell, and trade digital assets using blockchain technology. Still, company officials say BOX is much more than a cryptocurrency exchange. They're convinced it could attract international investment, create new opportunities for the Bahamas, and strengthen the country's position as a financial technology hub. Benchmark Chairman, President, and Chief Executive Julian Brown sees the partnership then as a major milestone for not just that company and the country's financial services industry.
We have today signed a significant venture with our partners Override to create a Bahamas Override Exchange. It's a digital infrastructure that is going to bring blockchain and digital currency trading, tokenized trading to the Bahamas. This initiative, we believe, is going to set us apart from other companies like ours in the marketplace, both locally and internationally.
Override executives say the partnership combines Bahamian regulation with Swiss technology to create a secure, easy-to-use platform that could connect the Bahamas more closely to the global financial system.
The Override Bahamas or Bahamas Override Exchange, we have termed it BOX, B-O-X, is an exchange that is premised on the so-called self-hosted, self-custodian wallets. That means that the user or the investor keeps control and sovereignty over the asset he brings into the exchange. That's a lot different from how other providers do that.
So our mission here on the technological side is to validate and provide proof and trust to those that want to see it on a cryptographic level, but at the same time not make a place or a marketplace that we have here more complicated than it needs to be. If people want to do remittance, if we want to connect the Bahamas to the global financial systems and vice versa, we now have the partnership, the legal framework, the regulatory, and technology all in one place.
This portion of the news is brought to you by folk called Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Sandwich. I really like the honey mustard sauce. And then like the crispy bacon on it as well.
Oh, it's pepper jack cheese. I love the spice. I love the crunch.
I love the original sandwich, but just that simple addition of bacon was like over the top.
The chicken is really good.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I rate this a 10 out of 10. I'd eat this again.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
This hurricane season, don't wait until a storm is on the way. The time to protect your most valuable assets is today. Talk to us before it's too late. Don't wait till devastation is at your door. We can help you protect your home from all kinds of perils, including hurricanes. In the event a storm is traveling, new policies cannot be issued until after the storm has passed. We're here to help you weather the storm with peace of mind.
Shop early to get your uniforms and catch Janae's Uniform Center's buy 4, get 1 free sale. Pre-monogrammed and regular school shirts, dry fit and cotton polos, jumpers, skirts, boys long and short pants, PE shorts, underclothes, tights, socks, neckties, belts, sleeping mats, hair accessories, and character work desk. Get 50% off backpacks, lunch bags, and raincoats. Buy 4 school shirts, get 1 free. Buy 2 skirts, jumpers, or pants, get the third 50% off. Need embroidery and monogramming done? Visit Janae's Uniform Center early. Beat the back-to-school rush. Janae's Chesapeake Road back-to-school special. Restrictions apply.
Sun, sea, good friends.
And bold new flavor has arrived in the Bahamas. Introducing the new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger. Spicy jalapenos, cool ranch, fresh Wendy's beef. One perfect balance. This isn't a heat you run from, you enjoy it. Bring the heat. Keep the cool with Wendy's new Jalapeno Ranch Cheeseburger.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Well, we are less than 5 minutes away from the Bahamas tonight. Access Now, Marlena Leonard flying solo tonight with us for a preview of what's coming up. How you doing, Marlena?
Oh, I'm good. I mean, I'm flying solo, so I'm lonely, but I'm good. I won't be lonely for long. Have company again soon. But we've got a lot coming up tonight. We've got things from the R&B brunch that happened at Atlantis this weekend with Drew Hill, all the way to boot camp. So there was a range of weekend activities happening this weekend. Either you were partying or you might have been trying to make it through boot camp in the mud, but we've got all of those stories coming up. And also a little bit about Chocolate Chip Day and White Wine Day. And where do you stand with those, Corvell?
Well, listen, it cannot get any better than that. We want to talk more about it, but unfortunately, we're out of time. We'll be back with some closing words coming up after this.
With new
Duo pizza from Little Caesars. Nobody has to choose. One half loaded with Parmesan, pepperoni, and Italian sausage. The other half topped with veggie seasoning, ham, and green peppers.
Now that's a winning hand.
The Duo Pizza. Double the flavor for only $13 VAT inclusive. Only at Little Caesars Bahamas.
Now available at all 5 of our locations. Little Caesars Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street Pineapple Plaza, Charles Saunders Highway, and 1 East Plaza. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza. 99% of the Bahamas' electricity comes from imported oil. It's costly, it pollutes, and it makes life more expensive for families while fueling climate risk.
So how do we address this issue now? Through BPL's new energy reform initiative, solar farms are being introduced into Providence and throughout the Family Islands. And this means cleaner energy sources and lower electricity bills.
So the 3 words we look at eco-energy: sustainability, accountability, and dependability. That was the foundation of how we were founded. And one of the things we looked at for future generations of Bahamians, how can we create a system or a utility scale plant that will assist our country moving forward. So we never want to think about now. We want to think about 10, 50, and 20 years down the road. We're in this place where we can build this facility and that will benefit almost 40 to 45,000 homes and businesses in the surrounding area.
Well, we're about to start the groundwork for that. It's a 20 megawatt solar farm, basically, and so that will feed into the grid of BPL and hopefully provide some consistency of supply of electricity for the island of Providence. It's one of 3. The timeline for the actual operation, coming into operation, is about 18 months from start. You may recall that we signed the power purchase agreement in March of this year. Our staff and the equipment is already on the ground. We've cleared the property, and so we're looking probably at another 12 to 16 months of actually build out and coming into full operation.
Government's target is 30% solar energy by 2030. This goal requires less reliance on diesel and more affordable power fueled by the sun. But getting to 30% takes big investment and major new infrastructure.
So with our utility scale solar and all of the microgrids that are being installed throughout all of the islands, we should be at 32% renewable integration by 2030. And for me, that would be a measure of our success as a country.
The clock is ticking, but one thing is clear. Renewables are our path to cleaner, reliable, and more affordable energy. Good news is, we are making positive strides towards achieving 30% renewable energy by 2030.
And that takes care of the national report for this Tuesday evening. Our next half hour continues with Access Now. I'll see you back here again tonight at 11. I'm Corvell Pye from In Tonight for Mukush Lapinder. Have yourselves a wonderful evening.
Here is the Disaster Risk Management Authority's official 2026 emergency shelter listing for the Northwest Bahamas for Abaco, Andros, the Berry Islands, Bimini, Grand Bahama, Eleuthera, and New Providence. The Berry Islands, Church of God of Prophecy, Great Harbor Key, David A. Dean Community Center, Bullocks Harbor. In Bimini, Gateway Gymnasium, Baileytown, Louise McDonald High School, Allistown, Urban Renewal Building, Special Needs Shelter in Allistown. Eleuthera, Wesley Methodist Church Hall, Palmetto Point, Church of the Nazarene, Palmetto Point, the Salvation Army, Palmetto Point, Emily G. Petty Primary School, Governor's Harbor, George E. Johnson Memorial Center, Hatchet Bay, Bahamas Methodist Habitat, Camp Simonet, James Sister, Charles Wesley Methodist Church, Lower Bogue, Mission Church of God, Upper Bogue, The Current Community Center, The Current, Haitian Baptist People Church, The Bluff, Zion Methodist Church, Current Island, New Jerusalem Church in Blackwood, Sir George Roberts Public Library, Harbor Island, Lighthouse Church of God, Harbor Island, New Alliance Church of God, Harbor Island, Wesley Methodist Church, Harbor Island, Church of God of Prophecy, Tarpon Bay, Deep Creek Primary School, Deep Creek, Greencastle Primary School, Greencastle, Whimsy-Spite Primary School and Whimsy-Spite, and the Frederick G. Guild Complex, Rock Sound.
Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Access Now. I'm Marlena Leonard, flying solo this evening, as you can see. I hope you enjoyed this long holiday weekend, and it's good to have you back with us. But tonight, let's get a jump on weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Basil, I see the unsettled weather we've been experiencing is sticking around for a little bit longer?
Absolutely, Melina, and it's good to be back just filling in for Diane, who is on vacation for the balance of this week. But as with respect to the unsettled weather, yeah, well, that has been with us now for the past week or so. And as you can see on our live weather radar, we're having now some heavy showers just around the Abacus, approaching Grand Bahama. There was another batch that passed through the capital early this afternoon. That's now moving towards the Andros area. And we expect this pattern to continue for the balance of this week. And that's because we have this upper level of troughing that's in the area, and that will remain with us, and that will be joined by a westward moving tropical wave, which will move through the islands tomorrow. So we'll see an increase in those showers and thunderstorms as well as we head into tomorrow.
Well, thanks so much, Basil. Good to have you back with us. And I love the new beard. Well, we've got a lot coming up for the show tonight. Who's up for a jazz and Junkanoo collaboration? See what's being planned for the New Orleans Jazz Festival and how Bahamian music might play a big part in it. Plus, the Wenty Ford Sports Boot Camp enrolls participants in an all-around learn a bit of everything summer camp. We'll take you inside. And a young philanthropist gives back in a major way. Stick with us to see who and what. And, of course, your Access Now sports report is coming right up. But first, we've got Drew Hill. Go inside the R&B brunch featuring the legendary 90s band. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now. Stay with us.
Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bang bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang. Bang bang bang. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bang bing. Bing bing bang.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best-kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Welcome back. R&B fans got quite the treat over the weekend as the legendary band Drew Hill took center stage at the Atlantis Resort for the R&B brunch. Arlia Cooper was there and brought us back the sounds and an interview.
For 30 years, Drew Hill has entertained and inspired fans around the world with its timeless music, chart-topping hits, memorable lyrics, and high-energy moves. On Sunday, the Atlantis Resort hosted another concert in its R&B brunch series featuring the Baltimore-born group. And while their 90s music does evoke a sense of nostalgia, the group's lead and breakout star Cisco says, don't call them old school. They're more soul school.
Old school is a badge of honor nowadays, and you start to see newer artists coming out wishing that they could get to that status where you get that quote-unquote old school moniker.
The outfits, just what we expected. Black, leather, and cool. The performance, high energy, soul-stirring, and electric. The crowd enjoyed every single song in the set. And the mics, yes, the mics were on, as the kids would say.
And if there was any secret to lasting this long in the entertainment industry and creating art that transcends generations, the group says it's a mix of loving what you do, performing if the crowd has 5 or 5 million, and this.
So I think it could be a little bit of that youthful energy with the knowledge of the fact that they told us when we first came out that we were that our brand was from 8 years old to 80 years old.
So for the R&B lover, Drew Hill says while the face of the group has changed over the years, the soul, passion for music, and love for the art hasn't. Now let me get out of the way. I think Drew Hill has a personal message for you.
Yo, we're Drew Hill, and right now you're checking out Access Now.
Okay, the services that I would have experienced so far with BTC Air, it really is phenomenal. It really exceeded my expectation because I was really used to the DSL, and I thought that was fast. But when I got the BTC Air, it really blew my mind because everyone was able to log on. I didn't even have to get an extender or anything throughout the home. Never complaining, Grammy, this is freezing. So I don't even get the freezing at all inside the house. So the service is really, really good now. From 1 to 10, I would give that a 10. I would give it a 10. Most definitely, I do recommend BTC Air to family and friends. I do recommend BTC Air even online. I'm still out there agitating for BTC. Persons may say, oh yeah, you used to work to BTC, that's why. But it's not that, it's just that I believe in the product, one, and I still believe in BTC.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here.
Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052.
Shop Smart, and Shop Smart, and Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. On Long Island, we've helped 77 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $1.9 million in approved funding, the SBDC is strengthening Long Island's economy by investing in its leading sectors: fishing, transportation, and agriculture. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SBDC, Bahamas.
Welcome back. You're watching Access Now. Well, if you were looking for an excuse for a treat, today is National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day in the U.S. Celebrating the day in 1938, Ruth Wakefield invented the treat at the Toll House Inn after running out of nuts and replacing them with chopped Nestle semi-sweet chocolate. And if you're not a sweet treat person, it's also National White Wine Day, so you can take your pick. You can try them both together. Who knows? We might be onto something here. And speaking of two great things that might blend well, that brings us to our next story. Well, jazz and Junkanoo could see a massive collaboration soon, according to the organizers of New Orleans Jazz Festival, in town to celebrate the Emancipation Day holiday. Arthur Quentin Davis Jr., producer of the iconic New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, says after hearing the goatskin drums, cowbells, and horns that produce that unmistakable cultural sound, a collab just might be in the making.
Second line, and we have jazz funerals, and we parade through the streets with brass bands. We're the only city that does that in America. And the Junkanoos, you know, they parade through the streets with people following them. So it's a brother and sister connection.
The group was invited to experience Emancipation and Fox Hill celebrations by well-known Bahamian producer and musician Fred Ferguson, who says based on the similarities between the two unique cultural experiences, the goal is to infuse Junkanoo celebrations into the Big Easy.
Apart from celebrating Foxville Day, which is important, we're here showcasing the talent so they can see what they would like to carry back to New Orleans to represent the culture and the artistry of the Bahamas.
Sounds exciting. Meanwhile, one local group is ensuring kids and parents know that learning doesn't have to stop when the school year ends. That's why the summer camp is combining education, athletics, and life lessons, giving young participants the opportunity to develop practical skills while building confidence and character in a fun, interactive environment. Shaquille Dames reports.
Now in its second year, the Wente Sports Foundation Summer Camp is continuing its mission of equipping young people with valuable life skills beyond the classroom. 1 week camp held Monday through Friday each summer is hosting 100 students this year through a mix of hands-on learning, athletics, and mentorship designed to inspire the next generation.
My goal really is for kids to understand that when they build a home, especially here in the Bahamas, how important it is for them and the things that they need to think about when building a home. Location, the strength, durability, the ability to be able to withstand the wind, strong wind. So a lot of things here that we are implementing by the kids having more of a hands-on activity.
While engineering and problem solving are part of the experience, organizers say the camp also places a strong emphasis on personal growth. Co-founder of Core Development Training and Mentors, Emmanuel Gatling, says participants are being encouraged to strengthen both their athletic abilities and their confidence.
Now on the athletic side, we're making sure that they get the training, their skill sets. A lot of them hadn't touched gloves, hadn't touched baseball bats before, and so we want to make sure that they're getting that aspect, and their skill set will definitely improve, and then their understanding of the Bible and what God says about them and who they are. It's called the Winners Camp for a reason. They're winners. Everyone is a winner, and we want them to understand what God says about them being a winner and being successful.
Dr. Ford's daughter recognizes the wide variety of activities has helped keep campers engaged while creating an enjoyable experience throughout the week.
The staff has been amazing so far. All the activities and all the stuff that we've done outside has been like a real hit. We've been doing really, really good.
Organizers hope the lessons learned here today will inspire participants to lead with purpose, pursue their goals, and create opportunities long after this boot camp ends. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Shaquille Dames.
Thanks, Shaquille. And speaking of inspired youth, instead of focusing on herself enjoying her summer vacation, Leah Smith chose to spend part of her vacation giving back, donating cases of water to 3 elderly homes: the Percy's Rogers Home for the Aged, the Twilight Home for the Elderly, and Paradise In-Home Care. Leah said with the summer heat, she wanted to help remind seniors they're loved and that someone cares. She's also encouraging other young people not to be afraid to give back as well.
I'm donating water because it's really hot outside. I wanted to donate to the homes because I feel like everyone deserves to get love and to show that somebody out there still cares for them. I would say don't be afraid, be brave if you want to give because that's your personality.
Receiving the donation on behalf of Paradise In-Home Care, Clyde Beckford Sr. praised Leah's selflessness, calling her generosity inspiring.
It's absolutely awesome, and particularly for such a young person. We have the pearls inside, but she's now the peaches. And as I always tell the staff inside, you take care of the elderly inside because one day you will become elderly. So treat them as you want to be treated.
Wise words, and thanks so much, Leah. Inspiration to us all and an example to us all. Well, stay with us. There's much more Access Now coming up right after this break.
Here is the Disaster Risk Management Authority's official 2026 emergency shelter listing for the Northwest Bahamas for Abaco, Andros, the Berry Islands, Bimini, Grand Bahama, Eleuthera, and New Providence. Abaco, Central Abaco Primary School in Central Pine, Friendship Tabernacle, Dundastown, Guana Key Primary School, Guana Key, Manowar Primary School, Manowar Key, DRM Abaco Shelter, Central Pines, Murphytown Community Center, Murphytown, Amy Roberts Primary School, Green Turtle Key, Faith Walk Church of God Community Center, Cooperstown, Crossing Rocks Primary School, Crossing Rocks. Morse Island School, Morse Island. Soul Seeking Ministries, Morse Island. In Andres, Bowen Sound Pentecostal Ministries, Bowen Sound. Reverend Euthal Rogers Primary School, Deep Creek. Friendship Baptist Church, The Bluff. Cleora McKinsey Preschool, Long Bay Keys. Burnt Rock Primary School, Burnt Rock, Mangrove Key. Mangrove Key High School in Mangrove Key. South Andres Multipurpose Gymnasium, Money Rock, South Andres. Bamsey Training Center, Bark Community. Nicholstown Clara Evans Primary School in Nicholstown.
You're looking at a shot of Margaritaville, courtesy of drone pilot Isaac Roberts. Your Access Now Sports Report is next.
Welcome to your Tuesday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Amajal Knowles, topping sports. It was a historic weekend on the mat for the 242 as a pair of athletes with the same last name would deliver medal-winning performances at the Commonwealth and CAC Games. First up, over in Glasgow, Scotland, Cara Hanna, competing in judo in the women's 76 kilogram division, would win a historic bronze medal for the Bahamas. Hannah's bronze is the first ever medal for the Bahamas in judo at the Commonwealth Games level. Adding to Devin Charlton's gold from Friday, the Bahamas finished in a three-way tie for 20th overall with Fiji and the Isle of Man, again with 2 total medals. In a bronze medal match, Hannah prevailed over Marie Loanne Derhone of Mauritius, who advanced out of the repechage round.
It feels great to once again go out and represent my country on the international stage, and being able to capture the bronze medal at the Commonwealth Games, coming from the CAC Games just a few days before, and getting 5th place. With all the preparation that Sensei Diasi Raming set up for me. He sent me away with my training partner Keon to Sensei Onasi, and the training was very vigorous. I'm very proud to know that hard work does pay off.
Over in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, after winning the country's first international medal in wrestling at the 2024 Senior Pan American Wrestling Championships, Shannon Hanna continuing to set the pace, emerging with a silver medal finish in the men's freestyle 65 kilogram division on Friday. It would fall to Puerto Rico's Joseph Silver in the gold medal match, who won a 3-zip via victory by points. Despite the loss in the final, Hanna becoming the first Bahamian professional wrestler to win a medal at the CAC Games. He also clinched the country's first and only medal of this year's competition so far. Back here in the capital, over on the greens at the Royal Blue Golf Course at Baha Mar, was the opening day of the 2026 Caribbean Amateur Golf Championships, and the 242 looking to establish dominance early on home soil. Our Michelle Butler tells us more.
The Caribbean's top amateur golfers have gathered in the Bahamas as the Royal Blue Golf Course at Bahama plays host to the 2026 Caribbean Amateur Golf Championships. The tournament brings together the region's best amateurs, all competing for Caribbean supremacy. Teams from Puerto Rico, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, St. Lucia, the Turks and Caicos Islands, Bermuda, the Dominican Republic, and host nation, the Bahamas, are putting their skills to the test on one of the region's premier courses. With national pride on the line, every round presents a different challenge as players must manage the course, adapt to the condition, and remain consistent over 4 days of competition. For Team Bahamas, playing at Royal Blue provides a familiar setting. Knowing the course, its greens, and the local conditions could prove to be an advantage as the tournament continues. Bahamian golfer Richard Gibson Jr. experienced this advantage firsthand today on the golf course.
When you know where you could miss the ball, because some people don't know where they could miss shots. Like on hole number 16, I watched the 2 guys I played with from Trinidad and Barbados. They flew it over the green. That's only because they just don't live here and they don't know the wind actually helps a lot. On that hole, I was able to hit the green on that hole only because of course knowledge. So we do have a slight advantage, but a lot of these guys are really good.
Staying patient and limiting mistakes will be key for every team hoping to challenge for the title. Team manager Anthony Hensey shares what we can expect from Team Bahamas.
Well, in terms of winning the tournament, I think this is probably our best chance. We always had good teams. Players, they know the game, they're skillful, but the mental strength was where we lack. I think being at home, there's no place like home. I think we can expect our team to do second place, if not win it all.
The championship tournament continues through August 7th, with Team Bahamas looking to take home course advantage against the Caribbean's top golfers. Reporting from Royal Blue Golf Course at Bahama, I'm Michelle Butler.
Thanks, Michelle. And over in Exuma, action officially wrapping up at the 2026 Black Point Regatta. Our resident skipper Charles Fisher gives us this rundown in this report.
Final day of sailing, getting off to a late start, and it was not due to the skippers getting to the line late, but it was the night before when a thunderstorm passed through the island, damaging some of the boats, and getting them fixed prior to sailing was key. Sydney Bob McPhee, Commodore.
From Andros, Melville B, and Papa. But in regards to that, you know the race got to go on. We have in place where that anytime a boat get damaged inside the race, we have the responsibility to just give us a little sniping.
No matter what, the races had to go on, and in Class E, it was Lil Farmer out of Farmers Key Exuma with skippers Jeremiah Albury and Persenni, the youngsters, the champs.
Scared I wasn't able to make it last year due to some trip problems, but I'm here this year. I let them know if I was here last year, the same thing would happen again.
Well, I felt it's a good race, good competition. First time sailing E-class, I really enjoyed.
Boy, the boat performed excellent. I did some final adjustments right there, and then before the regatta was going to start, some problems was happening to the boat, so I fixed that quick, try it out with all the competition, and I said, yeah, this boat's sailing.
Over in Class C, not a good first series race, but after all that, it was all Chucky Smith and the crew from Lady Eunice, the champs for the first time.
It wasn't easy, but it's a sweet feeling. I think we hasn't won a championship here in Black Point, a national championship from 2012. I mean, not a little regattas in the Black Point Harbor. We won. But right now we got all the championship in Black Point with sail in the past 2 to 3 years. Lady Eunice have all the championship.
As somewhat of a consolation, Slaughter, who finished second, won the first ever Boatacade, where all the boats were represented on floats. Great ending, 63 years and growing strong and looking forward to next year. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Charles Fisher.
Thanks, Fisher. And that's been a look at your sports on this Tuesday. I'm Amajal Knowles, signing out until tomorrow.
Nearly a month after a devastating fire destroyed several homes in Baileytown, Bimini, support for the families continues to grow. The Bahamas alumni chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated joined forces with the One Family Junkanoo Group, donating more than 20 boxes of food, clothing, and other essential supplies to help those still recovering from the July 8th tragedy.
Service is one of our main pillars at Kappa Alpha Psi, so whenever we see a need in the community, we always step forward and put our best soldiers in place.
Area MP, the Honorable Randy Rolls, says while the road to recovery continues, donations like these are helping families take the next step forward as many remain in temporary accommodations.
Most of the victims now are, taking it one day at a time, steady. Some are staying with persons, some are in apartments. And so together, I think all of them are in some safe haven right now. And the need for help, assistance is always a priority.
Well, that does it for Access Now. Thanks so much for joining us for the lighter side of news. Good night, everybody. Now, I'm not going to do this alone. Alex, come help me with this. Let's go. Here you go. Alex, everybody, come get the shot.
Let's do it.
Whoop.
Here is the Disaster Risk Management Authority's official 2026 emergency shelter listing for the Southeast Bahamas for Acklins, Crooked Island, Great Inagua, and Mayaguana. Crooked Island, Church of God of Prophecy, Cripple Hill, and Landrell Point Community Center, Landrell Point. In Inagua, St. Philip's Anglican Community Center, Matthewtown, and in Mayaguana, the Mayaguana Comprehensive School in Pirateswell, and Betsy Bay Community Center in Betsy Bay.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal, at the check-in counter, at security checkpoints, or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
In Harbor Island, North Eleuthera, I'm Charles Fisher. This is ZNS.
Welcome to the Best of Sports World. I'm your host, Carlos Mackey.
Tuesday, 9 p.m., Saturday, 6:30 p.m.
I will be bringing you some of the greatest sporting events on the planet of Earth. Football, basketball, baseball, track and field, NASCAR race, bike week, and oh yeah, the Battle of the Bands. Some of the greatest high school marching bands on the planet of Earth. And the heavyweights of all bands. Bethune-Cookman University marching Wildcats in the 14K versus the Florida A&M Rattlers. I've always said that if I could not take the Bahamas to the world, I'm going to bring the world to the Bahamas. We host only the best, and the beat goes on, Bahamas. We're just better than the rest. Watch it.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Bahamas Air. We don't just fly here, we live here. Club One, the gym that keep you in shape. Tonight's show is brought to you by Bahamas Air. We don't just fly here, we live here. Club One, the gym that keep you in shape. Welcome to the Best Sports World. I'm your host, Carlos Mackey, live in living color, Daytona Beach, Florida, home of Bethune-Cookman, the University Wildcats, and the 14Ks. They say Daytona Beach has the world's most beautiful beach. no famous beach, but I say Bahamas got the world's most beautiful beach. Bahamas, I got me some Bahamian blood with me. Yeah, man, Exuma, Nassau, they hit Bethune-Cookman. Tell them your name, love.
My name is Tarnik Thompson. I'm from Nassau, Bahamas.
Okay, love.
My name is Savannah Bergzog, and I'm from Exuma, the Bahamas.
Exuma.
What's up? My name is Corn Bodie. I'm from Nassau.
Go and tell them what you do.
I'm a percussionist in the marching wildcat. Such them part.
Well, let me tell you, isn't this beautiful? Bahamas, I tell you, everywhere I go, they come to me. My Bahamian, I don't know how they find me, but guess what? They are on the best of sports world. What's happening this weekend, love?
So right now we have our BCU homecoming going on. Tomorrow we have our tailgate and we have our game against Alabama State University.
Then you what you say, and don't forget the pep rally tonight.
Tonight at the Jackie Robinson Stadium.
Bahamian, I wish I had about 4 Carnival cruise ship to bring all y'all over here this weekend. What would they have about? Would it be jamming?
We'll hope so. It depends on how you make it.
What do you say, Big
It's always a party at Cookman, trust me.
It's a party.
What enticed you to go to Bethune-Cookman, love?
So I was a part of the Bahamas All-Stars band, so I came because of the band. Also, shout out to Miss Hinsey and Miss Mullings for the public school scholar programs.
What high school did you attend?
I attended Anatole Rogers Senior High School. I was the 2018-2019 head girl for the academic school year.
And say that again, academic. Repeat that.
Academic school year.
Now, who said we ain't got no smart kids in the Bahamas? They got to be crazy. We got all these bright kids in the Bahamas at the university. Tell me what enticed you to come to school?
Well, it was a number of reasons why I came here. I came here because, like Tarnik said earlier, shout out to Miss Hinsey and Miss Mullings for the PSSP scholarship that we have been fortunate to come to school on. And the band is amazing. I do not regret coming in for the band. And it's close to home, you know, when it's time for Thanksgiving break, Christmas break, summer break, I don't want a whole hassle to like go back home to the Bahamas. It's easy to come back home once I'm right here in Florida.
Okay, my big musician here. What enticed you to come?
Well, everybody done said it, but the Marching Wildcats of Cookman, that's the main inspiration for me. Also, the drumline set and them